นินเป็นภาษาอังกฤษนะคะดังนั้นขอเรียนเชิญพี่น้องคนไทยรับเครื่องแปลภาษาที่โต๊ะลงทะเบียนได้เลยนะคะอย่าลืมบัตรประชาชนนะคะสำหรับกิจกรรมในช่วงสุดท้ายกิจกรรมดำเนินเป็นภาษาอังกฤษเป็นส่วนมากนะคะหากท่านต้องการความช่วยเหลือด้านการแปลภาษาขอเรียนเชิญรับเครื่องแปลภาษานะคะที่จุดลงทะเบียนทางด้านซ้ายของเวทีได้เลยทางด้านซ้ายของห้องประชุมนะคะอยู่ด้านหลังนะคะเดี๋ยวเราจะเริ่มกันในอีกสักครู่นะคะ I would like to invite once again our friends and all honored guests of MAL 2025 and all participants with our co-organizers to be here in Jamboree Room. Our final event starts soon ค่ะและอย่าลืมนะคะว่าเรามีใบประกาศนียบัตรให้กับผู้เข้าร่วมทุกคนนะคะติดต่อจุดลงทะเบียนเพื่อลงทะเบียนรับใบประกาศนียบัตรได้เลยนะคะ We provide the certificate for all participators and co-organizers นะคะ Please go to the registration table to make sure that you're registered for the certificate ค่ะคุณค่ะดันเพลงขึ้นได้เลยค่ะ สวัสดีช่วงสุดท้าย สวัสดียามบ่ายนะคะ ขอเสียงปรบมืออีกครั้งหนึ่งนะคะ จิบกาแฟยามบ่าย รับประทานอาหารกลางวันกันไปแล้วนะคะ ก็ถึงเวลาที่เราจะเข้าสู่กิจกรรมสำคัญอีกกิจกรรมหนึ่งของสัปดาห์สิ่งแวดล้อม แม่โขงอาเซียนหรืองานแมวประจำปี 2568 แมว 2025 เป็นแมวครั้งที่ 7 นะคะ อยู่ในธีมเขียวลวง ปฏิบัติการฟอกเขียวกับพลังประชาชนนะคะ ถือว่าเป็นช่วงสุดท้ายตลอดกิจกรรมสุดเข้มข้น ถ้าพูดถึงว่าเป็นกิจกรรมที่จัดขึ้นแบบคอนเฟรนซ์เซมินาร์เวิร์กช็อปและอื่นๆ นี่คือวันสุดท้าย แต่เรามีพรีแมวก่อนหน้านั้นอีก 2 วันเนาะวัน
We had a field trip before the conference, a seminar, both in Nakhon Phanom province and Mukdahan province. And before that, we had a preparatory activity. We had a press conference in Bangkok. So we actually has run male event for 5 days, and today is the last day of our event. And we will have a closing ceremony here. Everything has a beginning, so everything has an end. We will have to wrap things up. We always have to wrap things up for everything that has happened. As activists, people, civil societies, we need to we need lesson learned, what we can learn from our expectations. For some lesson learned, for some learned lessons, we, in some cases, if we just have learned lessons for a few people, it wouldn't be effective. So we will have observers, experts, and people who are here with us for this event. I have 7 chairs here. There will be 6 participants and 1 moderator, 6 panelists. So today, for our learned lessons that we are going to do, we will have 7 panelists with us. It's going to end at 8 p.m. because it's going to be a long process. So we are going to start our learn lesson today. Now, please give a big hand to all our panelists.
Hi, good afternoon. May I request everybody to please come in front a little bit so that this is a closing session, so it will be nice if everybody can be a lot closer.
ขอเชิญทุกท่านย้ายขึ้นมานั่งด้านหน้าเลยนะคะ ถือว่าเป็นการแลกเปลี่ยนที่เราจะได้ใกล้ชิดกันในช่วงเวลานี้นะคะ ขออภัยล่ามค่ะ แค่นี้ค่ะ
Thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ Okay, the Meow is now on the 7th year. And the number 7 is associated with so many things, good and bad, right? It's supposed to be lucky, but before we get there, it is associated with some things that are fixtures. You have the 7 seas, the 7 continents, the 7 days of the week, right? All 7. But it's also associated, aside from that, with not so good things. 7 deadly sins. You also have the group of 7. And and the 7-year each, which is the belief that long-term relationships started going downhill on the 7th year. Is that right? Because Meow is now on the 7th year. But 7 is also associated with luck and the 7 colors of the rainbow. Very nice, right? So this afternoon, as part of the first segment of the closing session, we have invited 6 speakers who will help us reflect on the 7 years of Meow and also the past week. So I would like to call on them. First off, Ms. Shalmali Gutal. Shalmali is senior researcher of Focus on the Global South. She's also a member of the working group on the UN Declaration on the Rights of Peasants and other people working in the rural areas. Vitun, where's Vitun Perpong Sancharon? Vitun, yeah, okay. Vitun is Executive Director of the Mekong Energy and Ecology Network. Satoru Matsumoto, Vice President of Hosei University and Director of its Global Education Center. Hemanta Wetanage, President of Friends of the Earth International and Senior Advisor of the Center for Environmental Justice in Sri Lanka. Trinh Lê Nguyen, hi Nguyen, Executive Director of People and Nature Reconciliation Vietnam. And we have Narumon or Mon Paibon Sitikun, yeah, who is part of the Towards Organic Asia Alliance, also from Thailand. So we've asked our great panelists now to reflect on the 7 years of Mao. And then we will be inviting everybody to join in the discussion and messaging for the rest of the group later on. We'd like to start with Shalmali. Shalmali has been part of the original organizing committee for Meow and also has been part of this region, sub-region for the longest time. And she will be reflecting on those 7 years and perhaps churning out recommendations on where, or ideas on where we could go from here. Shal?
Okay. Good afternoon, Sabai Dah, Tukun, Sawadika. You can hear me okay? Right? For the interpreter? Okay. So, first, just a few thoughts on where our beautiful Meow has come, our lovely cat who we love, no? Because as Joy said, my organization, Focus, has been involved with Meow since 2019 when it first started. But of course, it was not only my organization, it was not only Focus. There were many organizations that came together with Project Sevana to come together and form and organize Meow. And in the beginning, I remember in 2019, when we were brainstorming and talking, we were wondering, what is the appropriate way to position Meow so our friends who are working on ASEAN People's Forum, ASEAN Civil Society Network, blah, blah, they don't see us as competition, no? Because we want cooperation. We never want competition. So we thought, okay, maybe what we can do is talk about the redesign of ASEAN from the people's perspective. I remember we were talking about that. In fact, I think, Pivatun, you remember, we even wrote a statement, no? The ASEAN we want, getting the inputs from so many different groups, you know, and so on. And the idea was always that we will situate what is happening in the Mekong region in the broader context of ASEAN. So try to carve out a little bit of a unique space, but without any sort of competition, no? But then if you look from 2019 to now, Meow has expanded a lot in so many different ways, in terms of participation, in terms of format, in terms of content and process. During the COVID time, Meow went online and also then went hybrid. And then after COVID was over, we're back to meeting in person. But then Meo didn't stay in Bangkok. Meo went to the province. Meo went to Ubon. Meo went out of the big city. And last year, Meo went to Cambodia. And we are always hoping that Meo will go to more places, you know. And then even if we look at the participation, Meo has had participation not only from the Mekong region, but across ASEAN. And since many years from our friends in the international movement, our friends from Brazil, from Uruguay. So, you know, Meo is trying, is not only linking people in this region to those in ASEAN, but across the region. I mean, I'm from India, although I didn't bring many Indians here, but still. I'm watching my time also, Joy, yeah. The other thing, I was looking at all the programs of Meo, and I saw what a large amount of content we have covered in 7 years, no? In the first year, we mostly looked at large-scale infrastructure, hydropower dams, other energy projects, special economic zones, economic corridors, and extractive industries. But of course, we also kept looking at deforestation, eviction, displacement, the Belt and Road Initiative, and China investments, but other investments. And then over the years, we have always, I mean, every Meo have had some session on conflicts, on wars, on militarization, on the militarization of infrastructure projects, no? And then the impact of that on human rights, on people's participation, on people's access to information, and of course the participation of people being able to engage in policy spaces. We've been talking about climate change and all the different impacts of climate change on industrial agriculture, corporate power. So in Meo, we have been able to create a space where so many different issues that basically are related to people's power and the ability of people and communities to reclaim their power and agency, that they can be discussed. And and another very special thing I think about Meo always, we've always had a photo exhibition, but Meo has not only been about talking. We've had songs, we have dances, we've had meditation moments, we've had performances, and then we've had small group discussions, and then Meo has also found a way to, thank you, Meo has also found a way to create small groups. So for example, the group that Mon, NK, and others of young farmers working on seeds. There are young people working on more spiritual issues. There is the working group now more focused on supporting solidarity with Burma, and so on. So Meo has also created those kind of, those kind of linkages. So in closing, I would just like to say that, you know, when I think of where Meo would go next, one thing I think that's extremely important is that this Meo is called the fake green, is addressing the issue of fake green. Why is it important? Because in this Meo, we are putting attention, we're shining a light on how the discourse, the narrative, of the crisis are being captured and co-opted by corporations, by vested interests to continue their own control, no? So what they're doing is the crisis really exists in a structural way, but the way the crisis is discussed and addressed in the mainstream policy world is being captured and co-opted to advance, again, market forces and interests. I mean, one very good example of this is the discourse on critical minerals. I mean, in the entire policy language of critical minerals, it hides the plunder, no, and the destruction of extractivism. Because critical for whom? Critical for Western countries for whom there is a supply chain disruption, but for the communities on the ground, their lives continue to be, continue to be disrupted and displaced. So when I look at the future, I think of two things. One is, of course, that we in Meo, all of us, all participants, continue to keep updating. We update ourselves, we continue to monitor the different ways in which capital is trying to maintain control over nature, over people's knowledge, over people's labor, over our resources, over our structures. So we do that very important work of outreach of people, because knowledge is power, no? But at the same time, we cannot stop at knowledge. We must have action. So parallel to that is the support for building people's alternatives. Because we don't want to always be in the reactive state, that when the oppressor does something, we react. We have to be ahead of them always. So we keep trying to do that, not only through knowledge, but also through action, by building up our own systems, by building up systems so we are able to engage with governments, we are able to engage with policymakers and say, hey, what you've been doing doesn't work, but what we are doing, our solutions are actually solutions. They work, you know? And in the future, yes, of course, it's always good to keep having a gathering like MEO, but my hope is also that the spirit of MEO is expressed actually in people's campaigns and on-the-ground campaigns. So the emphasis is on action. So the MEO spirit of cooperation, of sharing, of building people's agency finds its expression and articulation in people's campaigns for different struggles. And yes, maybe there will be smaller gatherings in the future along struggles. Or maybe once every 2 years we will have a MEO, a big MEO. But whatever it is, we will always be with each other, and I look forward to that, and I look forward to having more discussion with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shalmali. And congratulations to the groups that constitute MEO, because as Shalmali has said, you've done such a great job of discussing so many issues and pulling together energy so that you can come together and try to piece out what's happening in the world. Now, I would like to call on Witun because sure, we have discussed things, but Witun has, being an old-timer in the region, probably would like to focus on what have we gained all these years, not just in the past 7 years, but ever since we started work in the sub-region and in Southeast Asia generally. Witun?
Thank you, Jai. ผมจะพูดภาษาไทยนะฮะ เพราะว่าคิดว่าอยากสื่อสารกับพี่น้อง อย่างที่จอยเขาบอกผมเนี่ยก็มาใน
like what Joy said นะคะ when we actually when MEO is organized, I usually came as a panelist or a speaker, but I realized that I should be one of the participants too, so that I have a chance to listen and observe, take part in the activities in MEO. So I will speak as one of the participants. I will share my thoughts as one of the participants. First of all, I would like to give admiration to MEO's organizing team. It's not easy to gather so many people here at this place, outside Bangkok, outside of our comfort zone, and the weather hasn't been very pleasant. So I think the Madula team, the organizing team has done an amazing job for organizing everything and create very fun atmosphere for everyone. So please give them a big hand for organizing this event for us. And I would like to give admiration to young people who join this event. I have had a chance to talk to young people who came here as speakers, panelists. What impressed me the most is that young people, they have different ways to present their opinion, to present their idea. They use different tools to communicate to people in a more effective way. And I think local people or villagers coming from different communities have also learned a lot from young people. And I would like to specifically talk about one of the panelists one of the participants who came here. Maybe I should address him as a ma, or maybe she's not that old, but she's a female participant from Hoi Ma. Hoi Ma something นะคะจากเชียงใหม่ from เชียงใหม่ she's a Karen woman. She spoke from her heart, from her own experiences. She said that she's a housewife, and to come here, she had to ask for permission from her husband, her children, and she didn't know that she's going to be here in Nakhon Phanom. So many people asked her where she's going. She couldn't remember the name of the province. She could only say that it's Nakhon something province, but she came here with Ajahn Mali, someone who she knows very well. But I think what she said is from her heart. What she reflected comes from her heart. And the story is so real. I think it's what local people actually experience from different development projects like Nam Mười, the Nam Mười project. Actually, people living in the Mekong region they're still very active, and they work so hard, and I need to give them the admiration to these people. Another thing, maybe this is not my criticism, but I just would like to suggest that on the first day we had a few visits. We went to a village called Kok Sa'at. Actually, this village is where I know someone who worked with me before. His name is Al, and he's there. He works in that village, and I'm really impressed with their success. And people are proud of his success. He actually started the credit unions for 40 years, and it's been very strong. Yeah, when we were there, everyone was wondering how it became so successful, and they have been here for 40 years. They have been around for 40 years. That's what we learn, the success that we learn, not just about their credit unions, but we learned that they could save their rice varieties, and they help people to sell rice and to find their own market. And what impressed me is that they start from young kids, kindergarteners. 40 years ago, that credit union started by 17 kids, 17 children, and some of them now are running the credit union. 3 of them from the 17 kids 40 years ago. I think many things that they talk about on that day, we can use what they are doing as a model to solve many problems, and I believe that there are many places in the community level that have very high capacity to solve their own problems, but the policy from the government does not really support what they're doing. For example, in their credit union, the saving is 14 million baht from people, from young people. So the policy states that young people cannot put their savings in the credit union, so they need to withdraw their money and put their savings in private banks. And also, the government states that the credit union cannot give the interest that is higher than 4%. So that's what the government is trying to stop them from growing and becoming more successful. But however, when I was there, I could sense how people are very strong. And for my 40 years of work, if you only hear about problems, about people losing in the battle, you hear about sufferings all the time, troubles all the time, you wouldn't have hope to work. And with the rapidly changing world, need to keep ourselves up to date with that, updated with that. So I would like to show to you that there are people who can succeed, and there's advancement. And if we talk about the Park Moon case, it's been 30 years, been going on 30 years. They have done a lot of negotiation. They have negotiated with World Bank, and there are villagers who work on the Mekong issue, and we said that okay, the number of fish has declined, and I believe that they have evolved in terms of their fighting, their movements. They have adapted, and they have become more advanced in finding alternatives, even though they cannot stop big development projects. I think what people are doing, I think there should be more. We should talk about more successful activities that people have been doing before, more than talking about just only problems. So I think that's my suggestion.
I mean, we're so used to talking about our problems that we forget that we're
ขอบคุณมากๆนะคะว่าถึงแม้ว่าเราจะเจอปัญหาหลายอย่างที่ทำให้ไม่ค่อยมีความหวังและดูเหมือน
massive improvements to our lives that we brought because of our coming together, because of our resistance, because of our alternatives. And Miao should be a place, and it has given space for the celebration of successes and gains in people's struggles. So thank you very much, Bitun. And again, give ourselves a round of applause because you all did that. Okay, I would like to call on Saturo. Saturo has come to the Mekong sub-region, first as a journalist and then as an agent of the old empire. But he's got such empathy for the sub-region that it is important to understand how people from outside have become part of us too, because of their identification with our struggles and, you know, the very careful attempt at understanding our own situation. So please, Saturo.
สวัสดีโมโตกุงสวัสดีครับこんにちは As Witun already expressed his gratitude for the graduation for the all organizing committee and the participants, and I want to give my personal congratulations to Ian from Lady Dowland. I'm very relieved to see her now without any health problems, no trouble related to the cats. I'm very relieved to see you here. And also, I'm very relaxed this time. This is the first time for me to come to join the Meow. Is that Meow? Is it your cat? Yeah? Meow. Meow 2025. This is really first time for me to join. I have received a lot of PR or how to say brochure from Ian in the past time, but this is really the first time. I'm very impressed by lot of discussion, lot of presentation, and see the old friends and new friends here. I say that, yeah, this is quite right choice for me to come here without any concerns over my works left in Japan. But the reason why I feel relaxed is not only coming from my position here, apart from the university work, but also I have involved in the Mekong issue and also the Mekong region for a long time. The first time I visit to see Mekong River was 1983 October. I guess somebody asked me how old you are. When I was a university student, I visited the Mekong River in 1983 October. Some of you may understand what is that year and month. Is a 10-year anniversary of student revolution in Thailand. So I was invited by such a student group to attend a lot of conferences and seminars. Since then, I think a Mekong region is one of my hometown. Or hometown is a little bit dangerous word now in Japan, but this is really my hometown. But in the past time, whenever I attend this kind of the meeting, normally I'm very nervous because many participants ask me, why Japanese government support ODA for this project, that project, that project? Why Japanese company invest this project, or coal mine, or coal-fired power plant, hydropower project, blah, 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 blah. So anytime, on behalf of the Japanese citizen, I should apologize for all the participants in the past time. But now, this time, I'm very relaxed. Nobody criticizes me as a Japanese citizen. Great. Only participants from Indonesia ask me about the one project in Kalimantan project. But other than that, nobody is interested in me. Nobody asks me, where are you from? You are not interested in Japan. Great. Oh, this is not a reflection. Sorry, I spent a lot of time. But closing ceremony should be like that, right? One thing that I have a reflection about, okay, it's a little bit serious. I want to come back to this one. The title of this year's Miao, Kiao Luang, is a fake. What is a fake? I think Thai language is great. You have your own word to express fake. But in Japan, we usually use fake is fake. We have no Japanese translation of the fake. Nisei is one of that, but it's a little bit different. So I just want to feedback to you related this title, the fake. So what is fake? Based on your presentation, your talk, your discussion, I assume that fake means, I think the word extract the reality from the local context. You know, we don't say that fake is correct or incorrect, but it's a true that it is not related to the reality on the ground. That is not related in the local context. So once we lose such a local context, our information, our knowledge can be fake anytime. That's I learned from your presentation and discussion. And it's very important. That reminded me of the very old book 20 years ago, Liberation Ecology. When I was a graduate student at the Sydney University, I was forced to read that difficult book, Liberation Ecology. But I try to summarize that. That book said that the conflict is not between development and environment. The conflict is existing between reasoning. So not that development is fighting against the environment. Environment is not fighting against the development, but reasoning and reasoning is conflicting each other. So we should consider about how we reason, how you make some reasoning for specific issues or specific phenomena on the ground. That is a liberation ecology point. And I really think that fake is closely linked to that kind of the conflict of the reasoning. So that's why we call it fake, not incorrect. We use the word fake because that's beyond the context. And the second feedback is okay, I understand that environmental or green sustainability can be used the word as a fake, We cannot trust the meaning of the sustainability or environmental friendly or green, It's grabbed by the other part of the world. So how shall we do? Do we had better to try to not use those words? So shall we say that we never use sustainability, we never use environment, we never use green? But how can I express what are concerned without such words? It's also challenging for us. So this is my feedback to you, and also to me, is maybe green sustainability or environmental friendly is a very easy word to attract the people, but that is very dangerous. The world is more complicated. Not only the world, our society, our village, our community is more complicated other than expressing by one simple word. So I think it's important for us to express our complicated word in complicated way. If we can endure such a behavior, I think we can escape from the fake words. But it's very challenging because now a lot of people using the SNS. It's easy, very short word can be expressed in the SNS. That's why a lot of people pay attention and are interested in joining this meeting. But I think easy word has the different function. So the second reflection is I really like to suggest you and suggest me to express this complicated word in complicated way as it is. The final one is, well, actually, I have worked in Laos in 1992 to 1996. Within those 4 years and a half, I spent 1 year in Ta Kek, in Khammouan province, opposite side of the Mekong River. So, Kut Hot line, I just missed the Ta Kek from this side. But also, I crossed the river to come to Nakhon Phanom quite often. At that time, my son was 2 years old. Now he's 33 years old, but anyway. So we need some nappy or many things to bring back to Laos. So we cross the river very often. So I came to Nakhon Phanom very, very often, once a week or something like that. Then I was so shocked by seeing Nakhon Phanom now. It's very different from 30 years ago, completely different. I think make the society different. Making the society different can be called development. If so, development anytime seek the change of the society, change of the world. But again, come back to the discussion and presentation, this meow. Simply, I realized that we have something that we should not change. We're thinking about the changing the world itself, but how we cannot change the world had not been the topic of our discussion. So I really believe that we consider more seriously about what we should not change in the society, what we should respect in the society. So changing the world can be a very good word among even the civil society. But maybe we need to seek another expression to express our desire for the future. That's the third things. So finally, tomorrow, I'll go back to Japan. Tonight, I go back to Bangkok and then fly back to Japan in the morning, and I have a classroom from 10:35 tomorrow morning. The subject of my class is development and environment in the Mekong region. That's quite nice. So I try to bring what I have learned from this meal to my students there in very complicated words, respecting the complicated context. And I really ask the student to understand the society in complicated way as it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Satoru. Satoru is right? It is a complicated world out there. It is a complicated struggle that we're facing. So we need not simplify things. We say when it's difficult, we say when it's complicated, and that is how it is, right? And Satoru, we're so nice with you. I was nice to you. You actually doubled the time allotted to you, but that's okay, right? Our next speaker, we specifically asked him to address the participants to share about strategic gains in some of the things and struggles that they have been doing in Sri Lanka, and perhaps those can inspire all of us here in Southeast Asia. Hemantha?
Thank you, Joe. I'm Hemantha Vitanagi. I'm from Sri Lanka. I'm currently, I have a local organization called Center for Environmental Justice, but I'm also the chairperson of the Friends of the Earth International, which is members comes from about 74 countries. So that's about me, and I want to thank Ian and all the organizers for inviting me and having this very successful conference. Thank you so much. My first learning about Thailand is when we were fighting against the Asian Development Bank. There were two projects, if I remember correctly. One was the Memo Coal Power Project, which actually at some point we were able to bring 300 death certificates from the local communities, hand over to the Asian Development Bank. President comes from Japan, right? So people are dying because of the air pollution. The second was the Samut Prakan wastewater management project, and which was done in the wrong place, and it destroys the local community lands. And when we raised this issue, Thai government decided we don't need ADB money, and we have enough money for Thailand. You know, that was the second one. And on Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, there were many other projects. Cambodia Highway 1 project was one of them, where Thai laborers visited them. And then lately they found that some of the diseases spread across the communities in Cambodia. Laos, there was an interesting project constructing a road between China and Thailand. Of course, it was justified. It could not justify because at some point they say 60 goats and 1 man is using the road actually, because it was not for the people, but for the interests of China. So they built this road. But lately they found Chinese garlic came to Thailand, and the Thailand garlic market was... So, sorry about that. So when Chinese garlic came to Thailand, and Thailand garlic market was broken. But I was asked, Joe, whether I can share something about our fights. You know, in every country we have an executive. We have the president to the local authority, local government officer, which is executive. And we have a parliament in every country, which is legislature. And they make the laws. We also have judiciary. Of course, those are the 3 closest decision makers in our life in every country. But we also have the World Bank, Asian Development Bank, United Nations. They all make decisions on us. We also believe the people's power. In every country in Sri Lanka, we had a people's power, and we have ousted the previous regime, and we have elected a new government. Of course, I don't want to talk about this left party government who is running the IMF policies. You know, that's another sad saga of many of the leftist government. But what my interest is actually now, when we find certain cases, certain problems where the communities are fighting, and then we think that moving the courts, moving the judiciary is one way to change the things. Of course, we established our organization in 2004, and by now we have filed more than 600 cases, court cases, in the Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, and right now we have 35 cases. And yesterday we filed another case against the 2 mining companies, comes from India and from Australia. One of the successful story I want to share, you know, maybe you have heard about the big Indian company called Adani. Adani is everywhere, from mining to the energy to the renewable energy, everywhere. And they wanted to build a 250 megawatt wind power project in the bird migration route. Actually, the birds, about 15 million birds come to Sri Lanka from Siberia, Russia, Eastern European countries, and they finally land in Sri Lanka. They spend about 3-4 months in Sri Lanka, they go back. And when the Adani company wanted to build this 56 turbines, and that was blocking the bird flyway, and we expected that it might kill so many birds. And that's one issue, but on top of that, the local communities living in this island called Manna Island, and right now there's a big demonstration happening there against another wind project. But if they build all these windmills, then it will increase the flooding problem there. So we fought in the court. There were more than 1 case, actually. My organization filed 1 case. There were about 3 other cases. And finally, they had to decide to withdraw the project. So finally, Indian Adani company, with the support of Modi government, you know, one of the very powerful leaders in this world, and recently China, India, Russia all got together, you know, so they have formed a new bank, but that's something. When Joey comes to the front, so then I know my time is over. But my second case I want to share is it's called Express Pearl. It's a ship registered under the Singapore law, and it was a chemical ship, and when the chemical ship there was a leaking nitric acid container, and still they came to Sri Lankan waters, and it burned everything just very near the Sri Lankan harbor. And when this happened, the whole coast, about 750-kilometer coast, was covered with plastic nurdles, you know, the white small balls, across the ocean, and they were not able to catch them, and only about 1,000 metric tons they collected, but it was a whole chemical ship. So we filed the legal action, very beginning, soon after this incident happened, and this was 21. And 1 month before, 2 months before, the court gave the order that this company need to pay $1 billion to Sri Lankan Treasury, which is for the paying the compensation for the fishermen and also many other people who are affected, and also for remediation, the ocean, remediation, the corals which they have destroyed. So this case order is very, very powerful. At the moment, companies say, no, we are not going to pay, but one company already paid $1 million but we are asking $1 billion, right? It's not a small amount. So we can wait, but now because they say they don't have the money to pay, now the court is going to file legal action against them for not paying this. And the third one, we just filed the case yesterday. I mean, I'm talking about 600 cases, but this is the third case I'm going to share, which is against the Australian company, which is called Ilmenite Sands. And there are 2 other companies from India. They are going to do the mining, the rare earth mining, ilmenite mining in our coast, which is affecting the local communities. So we filed the case only yesterday, and we are expecting that we will get a good order. But my point is actually, while you believing the people's power, while you believing your governments, sometimes the politicians might do, sometimes the bureaucrats will do something you want. In that, if not possible, you also need to think about the legal strategies. Either you can bring a court case to your own court, or maybe certain Asian Development Bank, World Bank funded projects, you can also bring those cases to the accountability mechanisms within those banks. So I think we have to learn from each other how we fight these things, because at the end, we don't want our communities to suffer. Of course, we might not win every case, but still, that's how we can build pressure strategically, change how the decisions are made by our leaders, politicians, or maybe the funders, or sometimes corporations. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Hemanta, and congratulations. You know, it's always tough. Communities and peoples might be at the margins, but do remember that a lot of the laws, or maybe not a lot, but there are some progressive laws that were a result of your struggles, the result of your lobbying, the result of your pushing for governments to do the right thing. And if you got those, use them, utilize them. And so the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka deciding to award the community $1 billion, or slap $1 billion penalty to the shipping company that contaminated basically 750 kilometers of coastline, is not a bad thing. I mean, it's not peanuts. It's quite a lot, right? So the thing is, let's try. But, you know, again, as Hemanta said, it's strategic litigation. We have to plan very carefully. But this is something that's also at our disposal. So again, thank you very much, Hemanta, and congratulations. Our Trinh Nguyen will be talking about his observations of this past week. He didn't speak at any of the panels. He was participant of the community visits, as well as the different sessions in the last 3 days. So Nguyen will be talking about how he sees things were done and how they can be improved. Nguyen?
Thank you. It's a big disadvantage for me to follow eloquent speaker from my friend here. This is the first time I attend MEL face-to-face, although I joined the discussion about MEL from the very beginning with Piang and Shan, Kui Tun, and many other friends here. As my colleagues mentioned, I did not speak or join any sort of panel during the last few days, so I just share my observation. First thing first, big thanks and congratulations to Piang and MEL team for organizing such a grassroots event like this. Something I see is very different from other, we can call international event like this, is that this is organized by organization, movement, group, people from the region. It's very different from other big events that we see a lot of foreigners from outside speak about our issue, problem, solution, just like they know everything else, right? So that's really good. And the second thing is, I'm glad to see so many young people in the event. That's something we, the veteran, we have to take into our consideration when we think about the future, that we have been working on issues like dam, ASEAN for almost 20 years, and then we become so old. And if we cannot transfer our thinking, knowledge, lesson learned to the younger generation, a lot of things will be lost, and that's important. But the other side is that young people also bring new perspectives. I think we Tun already mentioned a lot of new thinking, new way of working, a lot of things. They work at the grassroots level. Sometimes we don't know, because for organizations like us, sometimes we so focus on one or two things and working maybe at different level, we don't know. But actually, at the grassroots level, there's silent movement, changing things on the ground that we need to pick up, and we need to learn from them too. One another lesson or observation is we need to bring story, lesson from this event, this platform, and connect it with others. For example, what I propose to Piang is that I'm interested in issue around the Mekong River, dam, energy, hydropower, and I would want to put things I see, I observe, I learn here, and I will put it up into the ASEAN People Forum. I think we also have the ASEAN in the MEL, right? So I will try to bring this, what we learn, we share here, to ASEAN People Forum. The last thing is we have to, we have to recognize the elephant in the room. We don't have Cambodian friends here. That puts that question into my mind, is that how grassroots local movement like ourselves can also integrate peace building in the conversation. How can we help with the conflict, not with the conflict, resolve the conflict, like Thai, Cambodia, the conflict in Myanmar? Can we do something? I don't know, but can movement, can platform like this do something about that? Maybe just not this year, but maybe next year. I hope that we can bring back our Cambodian friend in this kind of platform. And what else? And the last thing, I hope that we'll be able to organize MEL in Vietnam someday in the near future, because that's something also, some of our friends some of our friends who already visited the Mekong Delta before the COVID, we were still be able to organize big event with get friends, community from the region to the Mekong Delta to share, discuss, learn, to see things there. So I also really hope that we can make it happen in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Nguyen. We need to make better linkages and elevate certain issues that we discuss here at certain levels. There are also very sensitive things that we're trying not to discuss, but more and more conflicts will have to be discussed in very adult way, but also to foster understanding on why this is happening and who ultimately loses. And if ever, are there winners in all of this? And thank you for volunteering to host the next Meow in Vietnam. No, but you will be top of mind when that happens. And I think you all want to go to Vietnam, don't you? Yeah? Let's hear that. We want to go to Vietnam, right? We want to interact with the grassroots community of Vietnam and share with them the passion of mainland and archipelagic Southeast Asia. Okay, Mon, we specifically invited you to talk on behalf of young, female activists, women activists, and to let us in on how you think the future of Meow should look like. Please.
Thank you. I would also like to speak in Thai ค่ะสวัสดี
I'm so happy that I'm representing the youth here, so I feel like I'm much younger. So thank you very much for the reflections from the panelists. And there are many issues that I think we should continue discussion. And also we should continue the discussion around issues. And I would like to say thank you very much for the organizer of Meow team. As Chamali said already, because this Meow week kind of gives the sense that we talk about collaboration, not competition. So it's not like the Meow is not the competitor to any other platform, and this is the feelings that we all have, that this is really about collaboration. I'm from the Alternative Agriculture Network of Thailand, and all of us come from different 11 provinces. I'm not sure if I can count them all: Ubon Ratchathani, Yasothon, Khon Kaen, Roi Et, Kalasin, Cha Cheong Sao, Suphanburi, and from the south, Nakhon Ratchasima, Pathalung, Songkhla. Okay, I don't remember the last one. Okay, Surin province, and the network that came here. We also have a brother and sister from Laos, from Sangthong, Thao, and also a network from Myanmar, and as well as Vietnam. So it's actually a good opportunity for all of us to be here, and as a network that working on alternative agriculture. So I believe that climate change issue is one of the most important issues. And also the energy sector is the main one who actually contributes to the climate change, and agricultural sector can create change on this narrative as well. So it's a very good opportunity to be here with everyone. So we've got to learn a lot about dam situation, rare earth mining, and also the situation alongside Khong River. And I believe that youth participation in Meow is very important. Since I was a student, from my own experience, even before I started working, so this kind of activity, this kind of exposure is for the learning process. and this kind of platform for knowledge exchanging, and this kind of platform that get all the organizations at different levels coming together. Like MEL is not that easy to find these days. So this is our opportunity to get to know friends, to build a network. And our work, the kind of work we do, is not just about making changes, but it's also about building trust and solidarity. So when I come to Khong River, so I actually recall my adulthood, my dreams when I was younger, that I wanted to change the world to be the way I wanted to see, but somehow we also have to take part in it. And this is actually a good opportunity for young people to learn the new things. When I was young, I received a lot of opportunities as well. I did join Park Moon Dam protest when I was a student, so I got to learn from the community. I got to learn about environmental issues around Park Moon Dam. I really believe that this kind of platform is very important for growing and also for the exposure of the young people. And I know that MEL is really designed for young people to attend. So I am really impressed on this aspect, and I believe that this is where the participation actually starts. And it's not just about the Thai comrades, but it's also other friends from other countries can also join this platform. And another point is to continue from what P. Vitun just started. So I would say we shouldn't just focus on the end, because the process is also equally important. Sometimes we learn also from the failures. So the process first is very much important. And working together as a team, or even organizing this kind of big event, is probably not that easy. You have to really work as a team to get this happen. So I would like to say thank you again for all the organizing team, that my network from 11 provinces can be here and get to learn and get their exposure. They can also demonstrate their skill or also share their knowledge. This is very empowering for them. And we probably missed a lot of sessions, but somehow we got to talk to a lot of people on how the future should be for our network. So we actually get to use our time slot that we have to develop the issues and then talk among ourselves. So our alternative agriculture would start talking about the laws related to the seed, which is going to affect our livelihood very much. So I think our work must keep going, and then we will keep continuing. ขอบคุณคุณมน ก็เป็นความท้าทายของพวกเราเนาะในการที่จะทำให้เยาวชนเข้ามามีส่วนร่วมแล้วก็ทำให้เยาวชนเนี่ยเข้ามามีส่วนร่วมตั้งแต่กระบวนการเริ่มต้นแต่อย่างไรก็ตามเนี่ยในงานแมวเนี่ยคุณก็จะเห็นว่าบทบาทของเยาวชนเนี่ยก็เริ่มเข้ามามีมากขึ้นจนแทบจะเป็นเรื่องปกติไปก็อยากจะขอเชิญผู้ฟังว่าถ้าเกิดเรามีข้อสะท้อนหรือว่ามีสิ่งที่เราอยากจะแชร์ที่เกี่ยวข้องกับงานแมวเนี่ยก็เดี๋ยวจะเรียกชื่อSoutheast Asia หมู่เกาะเอเชียตะวันออกเฉียงใต้ใครก็ได้จากอินโดนีเซียมีใครอยากจะแชร์อะไรไหมแต่ว่าก็ขอเป็นสั้นๆอาจจะเป็นคอมเมนต์หรือว่าเป็นประสบการณ์หรือว่าอาจจะเป็นข้อสะท้อนจากอินโดนีเซีย
Okay.
สิ่งที่สำคัญเนี่ยก็คือขอขอบคุณสำหรับการที่ให้พวกเราได้มีโอกาสมาอยู่ที่นี่ อันนี้ก็เป็นครั้งแรกของผมเช่นกันที่ได้มาอยู่ที่นี่ก็เป็นครั้งแรกของผมจากอินโดนีเซียผมมาจากเกาะกาลิมันตันก็เป็นครั้งแรกที่มีโอกาสได้มาเข้าร่วมงานที่มีความสำคัญก็ผมได้รับความรู้มากได้รับข้อมูลใหม่ๆแล้วก็ได้พบปะพบเจอผู้คนมากมายแล้วก็สำหรับชาวอินโดนีเซียเนี่ยเราอาจจะไม่ใช่ส่วนหนึ่งของแม่โขงทางกายภาพแต่เราก็ได้เรียนรู้จาก
The first of course, the problem that we face is similar, the destruction, the threat, and also the common issue of the pattern of the fake green that we facing now, the fake climate solution, the greedy extractive industries, and the second is we also connecting with the financial system, yeah, because what happened in Indonesia cannot be released from another financial imperium. There is big bank, and also a huge investor who every linking also not only in Mekong region but also in Indonesia island. So thank you for organizer, of course, and all of the participants that already sharing information, and we hope we can continue and follow up all of the agenda that we are already discussing in this process. Thank you very much.
Thank you
from
very
us,
much.
from Indonesia.
Anybody else from the Greater Mekong? Yes, please.
Okay, my name is Pu Bong. Let me talk on Lao. It's for the interpreter.
น่าจะได้ก็ I think all our friends here getting older and older so from what I have seen so far the Meal Week actually has created a lot of has provided a useful platform for us to share useful information. I have known a lot of friends for so long. I almost retired, but many of us still have our heart in this. So I join my brothers and sisters from Sang Thong. So I am now the advisor for the farmer group in Sang Thong. So I think Meal Week actually is something that carries on the legacy from my generation to the younger generation. And I see a lot of young people in the organizing team. So I would like to say thank you very much for all the friends, even those friends who almost get retired but still are here. So I can see my friends. Thank you for organizing this so I can see.
Okay, how about our friends from East Asia? Oh.
Hello everyone, my name is Shui Tin. I'm from Myanmar and I'm joining this event with Sam, and I'm so glad to be here to learn about the voices and experience of local people in their communities, as well as the challenges and problems they are facing in fighting mega projects and corporation that exploit unfairly. So I got many new learning by hearing the voices of local people. I feel like we don't need to prove anything anymore. These are the real voice. So actually, I'm learning water resources engineering in Mahidol University, Thailand. And my research focus on dam stories, Prididi Reservoir inflow in Pachira Rangon and Sinagri Dam by using hydrological modeling. So in my university and department, I often hear the benefits and the positive points of dam construction. So here I have heard the voices of the local people, like the problem and challenges they're facing because of this dance project. So yeah, I can relate because my hometown was also affected because of the construction in Myanmar. So I feel like I hearing the very different sides of the same issues. So now I can adjust my learning to better understanding the real issues on the ground. So thank you so much. Yeah.
So I'm so excited and I'll just say I have a lot of courage to speak after hearing voices from the speaker. So I wrote it down, not to forget. So first of all, I would like to express my gratitude towards Sam, Spirit in Education Movement, for supporting me to have this opportunity. Also to Meow organization team for creating and helping these powerful voices to be heard, our struggle and story to be shared, among ASEAN, Asia, or beyond our regions and our continents. So also to my friends for being here, voicing and representing our different community. So what I would like to share after hearing from Yon is that a quote from the Paulo Freire, conscientizations. It is like we are being aware and conscious of the system and power behind these oppressive system, kind of like a project from the government that exploit the local community. So as one of the speakers said, we should not stop at the reactive step. And if we really want to change the wrong system, we need true reflections learned from our struggle and our experience. Also, we need true actions to take actions to change the system. So another one is narrated. So we have the real narrative in Meow right now. And from other side, we also have the fake narratives or maybe fake green or green line. So for me, we can change these fake green and fake narratives into real voices by our power, our empathy, and our heart. So that is all what I want to share. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the future of our struggles. Very mindful of what they want to say, and they will say it. Thank you very much for standing up. From South America? I guess it's you.
No, only say thank you very much, the organizers, Iang, for inviting us. As I said in the beginning, it's a privilege to be here, and yeah, I think it's very important event in the idea of really we need to build our own agenda, not to be reactive on everything what happens from the World Bank, from the ADB. And one thing that we are a very small organization, but going around in 3 continents. And what we most hear is from people, we want to learn about other struggles. We want to be connected with other communities because it's so difficult to struggle. At the same time, we know that people, when they are able to dialogue, to really understand, to analyze, and then to take action in an articulated way, I think it's the thing that the capitalist has most fear from. If we start to doing things, and amazing things have happened in that way. So this is only to say that we hope in future continue being part of this and hoping to engage more communities from South America. Unfortunately, we will not be able to bring the whole Amazon here, but still I think there are so many possibilities we can think to build this South-South solidarity exchange as an additional way of building people's power. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yes, we will draw strength from each other. We will inspire each other. From East Asia, please.
Thank you. I'm Tianle from FoodThink China. It's our first time to participate in this wonderful event. We feel very lucky that we are able to join. Thank you. And also we feel very welcomed and tolerated, especially after hearing our Japanese friends' experience here, because we don't get those difficult questions, but now we know how to answer them in the future. And maybe we need to learn to apologize a little bit more in the future. But it's a very good learning opportunity for us to understand what's going on in the region, and especially for us Chinese, to understand how my country plays a role in this. But it's interesting to run into Shamali this time, because it was 19 years ago when we met, first worked together. It was a conference. It was a civil society social movement conference at the same time as when African Development Bank was having its big summit in Shanghai, China. And I was very young, 20 years ago, and it was my first time exposure to such a struggle and the response to these dominant narratives. And I'm glad that, I'm still working on that in China, and now after COVID, we have the opportunity to go, to rejoin the world, to join the global social movements. So actually we're already talking to the organizers here to see if there's a chance for us to participate next year, maybe to organize something across the region to focus on agriculture and food issues, especially greenwash, carbon markets in our agriculture sector. So for any colleagues who are interested in the subject, please approach us and we can discuss and strategize for next year's Miao conference. So really look forward to meeting you next time.
Thank you very much. China is such a complicated country, so we will not simplify our relationship with them and their peoples. Anybody else who wants to speak? Yeah.
Hello, thank you, Pi Yang, for. My name is Soyeon Kim from Korea. So first thing, I learned everything about development and environment from Southeast Asia. The first country that taught me that was Philippines. And the peasant leader of the San Roque Dam project, Jose Doton, was shot 6 times. After I returned from my field work, a little bit emotional. And then, so that was my first introduction to this ecological justice and what I should do and how I should think and how I should act. So that led me to teaching. So I do all this stuff at teaching. So here, this time, is thanks to Pi Yang, I didn't manage to do all my stuff on time on the teaching, but I struggle. But then with this, all the local struggles, the voices and experience from the field, I learned from all people here and take it to my classroom. And I'm going to convey all your emotions and struggle, but also fear, everything that we also share and with the students. But also I learned a lot from documentary, EcoCupid, and also what was the Mekong Guardian board games. So I'm going to introduce that board game into our classroom, and so that Korean students can learn about what Korean capitals are doing. One other thing is I also need to apologize to my Lao colleague, Sepian Senam Noi Dam. Part of my tax money went into that ODA dam, so I apologize, just like Satoru Sensei. But also Korea, at the moment, Korean ODA is changing. It's more geared toward national interest, just like other donor. But one other thing that you might want to, I might need to, really looking into is Ministry of Industry and Trade. Now they have their own budget for ODA, not from the government-wide ODA budget. So that means Korean industry and business are coming with their own strategic money and with the support from presidential office. So what I'm going to do, my homework is trace that money like PD Witun did. I will follow the money and I will share the information with you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's amazing how our biggest heartbreaks are also the ones that move us to work harder and to struggle and also to inspire hope. And don't worry, Japan, China, South Korea, people, we don't blame you. We will only blame you if you countenance your governments and not do anything about the bad things that they might be doing. It's not everything that they do is bad. Maybe 99%, no? No, but we know that once you come to know of our struggles, you will be with us. And now that you're here, hearing everybody, you will bring our voices to your countries so that there will be more understanding of what's happening outside. Because that's all that's needed, right? Okay? Okay.
ค่ะขอสวัสดีค่ะก็ชื่อมนคุณนานะคะมาจากจังหวัดเลยจากองค์กรกลุ่มคนรักบ้านเกิดจังหวัดเลยค่ะก็ความรู้สึกนะคะก็คือมาวันนี้นะคะขอเว้าอีสานเนาะมาวันนี้ก็ดีใจหลายค่ะ
Here today. It's my first time here.
This is my first time here. I'm very excited to be here. And I'm very excited, so I might not put it well, what I want to say. This is my first time here to take part in this event. And in our village, it's mountainous. There are a lot of mountains, mountains. And people, and our village is situated on the mountain, and there's a tall, when the water flows from the mountain to the city, to the villages downstream, and there is a substance that is toxic that flows from the mine that people do in those areas. And I think it's very dangerous for people in the Mekong area, in Nong Bong, in Loi province. That's what's happening to us. And I would like to encourage people to help to save our natural resources. And I'm very glad to be here to meet people from different countries, from different organizations, to communicate, to exchange knowledge. I get to talk to people. I get to speak Isan to people from other countries, and we can understand each other. And now we are working on the issues, and they are trying to become very strong by selling different kinds of products. For example, we have some products here, and also we also tell our story, the story of our struggles, and we can get to present the Thai fabric, the cotton from Thailand, to our friends from other countries to learn about us, to learn that we have good things to present to people from other countries. สวัสดีขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you so much and เข้าใจนะคะว่าอาจจะพูดได้ไม่ค่อยเท่าไหร่เพราะว่าตื่นเต้นนะคะเดี๋ยวคุณพี่กิ่งกรนะคะจะพูดนะคะขอแสดงความยินดีกับพี่เอี้ยงนะคะเพื่อนรักกันมายาวนานนะคะแล้วก็ทีมจัดงานนะคะที่
It's kind of a happy time, no? When we can meet old friends, same old face. But if we don't see any new face at all, we will be so sad. But this time, I feel like we have a lot of more new faces coming and continue and keep connecting each other. So congratulations again. But I would like to make a small issues, but big for me. I think it should be big for everyone. Continuous from the issues that PV2 and also some panelists already said that we need to talk about our success, our solution, like Charles said. How could we portray our solution? For me, it's from things we eat. So I would like to propose that maybe next time in the near future, we should consider to organize at the place where we can do catering ourselves. And I think the Agricultural Network, Food Network, would be willing to cater for all of us. At least, this is the best way that we could reflect our livelihood. That is what we're protecting. We are struggling to protect our natural resources, our food-based resources, our food culture, our livelihood, I think. So this is how we could present that what are we protecting. I think this is very important, and I would like to also urge all participants to carry all your containers and utensils. So then we can, because listening to all the information that we are talking about plastic and all the circle of production and consumption and waste management is really dreadful for me. So we need to make a change in the conference room. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kay, I would like to volunteer to help prepare one of those meals in the future. If you will have me. Okay, I would like to give our panelists a minute to say their last bits before I hand this over to the secretary. We'll do the reverse order. We'll start with you, Ian.
I think the permits for meal in Vietnam will maybe take some time, but I just share that it's the difficulty of some of the countries like Vietnam in the last couple of years with the lack of enabling environment and also it's a lot of change and a lot of competition for resources for a group and organization like ourselves. And one of the things is that local, regional movement like ourselves, how can we more sort of diversified way of getting ourselves funded and also supporting other groups without relying too much on the sort of international funding we see the reducing trend of funding from a lot of donors, even with private foundation who used to support our work. So I hope we, at the regional and national level, will find ways to work around it and also still enable ourselves to support our community, our people.
Thank you, Heman.
โอเค ค่ะ ก็ในตอนท้ายที่อยากจะแจ้งคิดว่า
is that I agree with all the opinions that I have heard, and I think that the grassroots problems actually are not heard. We don't have so much space for people to hear about their problems, and the problems have become more complicated, and there is not much space for people to talk about their problems. I have heard from friends from India who said that actually the problems they are facing are not actually official, and they don't have space to talk about their issues. So I think this kind of event is very important for people to talk about their problems, and we need to improve what we are doing, and so that we can keep this space for people to share their.
I think in our life, we mostly listen to experts who come from either bureaucratic backgrounds or the university degrees. But here, I respect all of you because we all have become experts by doing, learning, and fighting, and working with the communities and living in the community. So I think these kind of environmental defenders are the most important to save our own people and our future generation and our own nature, which is the basis for our struggle. So I think in that respect, I respect all of you for continuing this struggle, and whenever possible, I'm happy to support, I'm happy to work with you all. Thank you so much. Keep up doing your great work.
Wow, I have talked too much. Well, as the university teacher, I really think that I want to bring my student here to study from the people's voice here. Maybe that's better than the Japanese professor in Tokyo. And that's one thing. Because I realize again here that we think, or students think that they are waiting for the answer from the professor. That's behavior makes the problems, I think. The important thing is answer, the solutions are not correct. Important thing is questions. What kind of the questions do we have? What kind of the question do the students have? They are rushing to seek easy answer, easy solution, but that is making another problem. So I really think that next year next year in Vietnam, right? Okay. 2 years later, whatever, whenever, still, if Ian still has the power, we really come back again with my students. Thank you very much.
I think Vian have mentioned about our Cambodia friends that struggling on my heart, right? Of course, I think we hope that things will be back to normal as soon as, and we can wait for them to come back, right? As a person who worked across the border for a long time, I've been working in Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar. I know that we have to be strong. We have to holding our hand tighter and giving a strength to each other. Because we are facing with, even I'm trying to give my own, try to talk about how to give support, moral support to people, because I know that our world is changing, and changing in the quite negative way, in my view. We are facing with more serious geopolitical conflict. We are facing with more the economical hardship. Anyway, that's why we have to be more strength. We have to be more, working together, giving support to each other. And I see a hope, future hope, for everyone.
Okay. This time I'll stand. The first time I didn't. So the first thing I'd like to say again is reinforce the importance of knowledge and action going together, because just knowledge for the sake of knowledge is useless. But knowledge for the sake of action, and action that is informed by analysis and real knowledge of the people, is what will bring about change. And then I think that, the space of struggle, which all of us are in struggle, the space of struggle is a space of love. It's a space of rejuvenation. It's a space of learning. It's a space of respect. It's a space where we challenge each other, right? But we don't put each other down. It's a space where we build trust. So keeping all this in mind, I want to make a special appreciation for Ian. Because, and I'm not saying this just because we are friends for 35 years, but Ian is a very, how shall I say, Ian is I want to just appreciate the kind of space for struggle that, if you could just wait a minute. Yes, so to continue, sorry, can I have 30 seconds? Because I was interrupted by the no, I would like to acknowledge and appreciate Ian for this space that she has created. This is a very unique space that she has created, and it's a space where so many diverse people and cultures and ages have been welcomed. And thank you, Ian. I know you have a good team, and that's helped you, but even building that team is your special talent. And it takes a special person to pull together this kind of a space. So 3 cheers for Ian for making our most favorite cat, Mel.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Ngien, Hemanta, Satoru, Vitun, Moon, and Shalmali. And thank you very much, everybody. And let's keep asking the right questions. Let's keep hearing voices from the ground. Let's keep inspiring each other, and let's keep imagining grand things. Thank you very much. I turn over now to Ian for the final
And a big thank you to the interpreters, because
thank you very much.
There is no revolution without interpretation, right? You cannot have revolution without interpretation.
ขอบคุณมากๆนะคะขอเสียงปรบมืออีกครั้งหนึ่งนะคะ เชื่อว่าการถอดบทเรียนร่วมกันของโคชิราโมอิเดสการถอดบทเรียนร่วมกันของพวกเราทุกคนในสัปดาห์สิ่งแวดล้อมแม่โขงอาเซียนวันนี้นะคะเชื่อได้เลยว่า
2025 today, I believe that we have seen so many things. We will see new things, a lot of new things happening in now next year. Gathering here, working here together, your cooperation, and we need to keep going together in order to create our standing, our cooperation, in order to move forward to the future. So what should we do next? We have some time left. I would like everyone to pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. And if you don't have a chance, you might not have a chance to voice out or reflect your thinking, you can scan our QR code. We have a survey นะคะ for you to evaluate our project. It is a very short evaluation form. We only have 3 questions. If you submit the form, the first 10 person to submit the form will receive a souvenir from us. The first 10 persons, the first 10 people who submit the form first will receive a souvenir from us. We have something for you. We have something for you. We have a souvenir for the first 10 people to submit the form. So
as a souvenir for first 10 people นะคะ and I would like ขออภัยเดี๋ยวเราจะมีของที่ระลึกมอบให้
มีของนะคะ we have the first we have souvenirs for the first persons to submit the form.
ให้พี่เอี้ยงมาแนะนำดีกว่า
Okay, please welcome P. Iang to talk about to present the souvenir to the first 10 people. We actually have an example of the souvenir that we are going to give away.
ให้ทำกันก่อนนะคะ
Okay. So.
มาแล้ว2 ท่าน
Oh, we got 2 people who submit the form. Actually, who submitted the form. That is so exciting. So anyone that hasn't scanned the QR code? So is there anyone who hasn't scanned the QR code? Okay, we will show you the QR code again. So we have 3 short questions, but please tell us the truth of what you think. Not just fill the information because for the sake of getting the souvenirs from us. So please be truthful about what you write in the form. So for and also we will consider your reflections, your thinking, your thoughts, your opinions to organize the next mail, and we will organize it at the Impact Arena นะคะเมืองทองธานี that's a joke นะคะ actually we don't know where it's going to be held. So if you haven't scanned the QR code, please scan the QR code on the screen and answer our 3 short questions. And the first 10 people who submitted the form will receive a small token of appreciation from us.
ระหว่างนี้ดิฉันไม่ต้องแปลนะคะ อันนี้ดิฉันความข้องใจของตนหน่อย เห็นสุภาพบุรุษที่มาเดินขายผ้าไหมเมื่อกี้ใช่ไหมคะ ดิฉันโดนไป3 ผืนนะคะ ในราคา 3,000 บาทไทยค่ะ ก่อนแล้วก็เดี๋ยวอาจจะต้องรบกวนท่านใดช่วยพิสูจน์หน่อยนะคะ ดิฉันมั่นใจว่ามันไม่ใช่ไหมแท้นะคะค่ะ
I was asked to not translate this, so he was just ranting. So I will not translate this. He was ranting about something.
ว่าปีหน้างานแมวช่วยใครสักคนเอาผ้าสิ้นขนาดยาวมาขายหน่อยนะคะเอาละค่ะเดี๋ยวให้เวลาอีกนิดนึงนะคะ
Okay, we'll give you some more minutes. A few more minutes. We give you a few more minutes to complete the form. When I said that mail is going to be held at the Impact Arena, that's not true, but we might do it at the Rachamankala Stadium, or maybe we hold it at a concert hall somewhere, outdoor concert hall นะคะ which hosted by one of the famous Thai singers in Thailand
อย่าลืม
right
ค่ะ
now.
เดี๋ยวอีกสักครู่นะคะเราจะมาดูกันนะคะ
So
น่าจะเป็นซีน
in
ที่
a
ตื่น
minute,
เต้นที่สุดของ
we
งาน
will
แล้ว
take a look at those names that submitted the first form. So I think this is one of the most exciting thing in Mel event. So we will see who submitted the form first. The first 10 people to submit the form.
ไปทำธุระส่วนตัวเล็กน้อยนะคะ
So
ก็จะให้เวลาทุกท่าน
Piang is not here who will present the souvenir. So you have some more minutes, a few more minutes to fill in the form. And this form, we will read your reflections and we will use them to improve Mel events in the near future. So please
ใช้แล้วก็
tell us what you think, and then we will use them to design our activities.
ร่วมมือกันระหว่าง
Use them to improve and use them to strengthen our cooperation from the networks who help to our partners who help to organize this event. Actually, our souvenir is the backdrop in VIP 1.
แม่ลำพอน
And also our big souvenir is the poster, the big one that we hang them or in front of the restaurant. So if you like it,นะคะ, we can give it to you. Just kidding.
ใครมีหน้าท่านใดที่มีภาพของตนปรากฏอยู่ที่
And also
อยากให้เซ็น
if your picture appear on the big side, we would like you to maybe sign on your picture. And then maybe we can
ไม่ครั้งที่7นั้นตอนเนี้ยเอาให้
put it up again in the next year Mel นะคะ
เป็นพิธีกรลึกกระเทยที่พูดเลื่อยเจื่อยแล้วนะคะตอนนี้
So now we finish the closing ceremony, so I will just say random things. So please don't mind me.
ไปตรงนี้ทั้งหมดนะคะคือที่เราพยายามแจกทุกอย่างเนี่ยเพราะว่าเราไม่อยากขนกลับกรุงเทพแล้วนะคะ
We may just give away everything because we don't want to take them back to Bangkok. Just kidding.
เดี๋ยวเราจะได้เปิดเนาะ
We will check how many people have submitted the form
ของน้องๆให้กันก่อนอยู่ไหนเอามา
so that we can announce the names now. Now we have 32 people who submitted the form, the evaluation form. I think some people are still doing it, so you still have time, นะคะ Maybe we should ask you about what you don't like the most in our event. But I'm just kidding. So let's see the names first. Okay, we will see the souvenir that we will give away what we have. I will just give short explanation. I will speak Thai. In this bag is very special. We only have 10 bags. And in each bag, the item in each bag is there's only one item. There's only one. It's the only piece that we have. So that bag is has the picture of Somporn, no, who was disappeared, who was forced to disappear. So this year we will use it as a souvenir inside the bag, นะคะ Everyone will get to remember สมบัติสมพร and in the bag we have a t-shirt. We didn't make too many t-shirts. So if you want to change the size, you can contact us if you get it. And we have a t-shirt from Mel last year in the bag. We have soap. We have small items. And I hope that if you get my souvenir, you will like them. Even if you don't use them yourself, I hope that you are happy with the souvenirs. We have some soap to use as advertisement to promote the product. So let's see who will be the first 10 people who receive souvenir from us. Okay, we will announce the names now.
เดี๋ยวฉันก็จะทำฟาวให้อย่างยิ่งใหญ่ เปิดเลยแล้วกันเนาะ มีไหมหมอชิด
but we need exciting sound
โอเค
to go along our announcements.
บุคคลที่มีรายชื่อต่อไป
So the first 10 people นะคะสุรินทร์นะคะนิชา จิรเจตวินัย สดใสภูมิพิวิภา คุณวิทูลคุณเชเวตินนะคะมายาคิโน
ถึงใคร1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 2 more ค่ะ 2 more มายา
and Kino ค่ะ these are the 10 people who will receive the souvenir from us. Please go to the front. Please go to the front. Please go to the front. ใช่ไหมคะ ให้ไปข้างหน้าเลยใช่ไหม
ขอเชิญทั้ง10ท่านด้าน
Okay, please go to the front to receive the souvenir from us.
ขอเชิญเลยนะคะ หรือว่าพี่พิทูลน่ะใช้เสียงจากที่ตัวเองขึ้นพูดเมื่อกี้นั่นแหละ เป็นคอมเมนต์ทั้งหมด
นะคะ so we will present
เชิญค่ะเชิญค่ะ
a souvenir to these first 10 people to submit the form, evaluation form. Maybe one of the 10 people is not here, so
มีท่านหนึ่งหายไป
we might just call another name.
คุณมายา
Maya, คุณ Maya, are you here? Maya, are you here? Maya, Maya. Oh, okay. Okay, please give a big hand to these 10 people to submit the form.
เอ้าเกินเหรอ
Oh, actually, we might have more than 10 people
ไม่
here
เกินไม่เกิน
with us.
ก็เนี่ย3 6 9one moment please
I think we just call out more than 10 people. No, we need to look for another item, another souvenir for our participants.
ถ่ายเองนะคะ
But we will take some group pictures ค่ะ first before you guys leave. Okay. Group picture time.
ใช่ค่ะ
Picture time.
เนื่องจากว่าเรานับผิดนะคะ
We just call out too many people, so we will just give something that we have, something else, not the bag, but it will be something else. Maya, คุณมายาก็จะได้นะคะหนังสือนะคะไม่ใช่กระเป๋าเนาะแต่เป็นหนังสือนะคะไม่แน่ใจว่าเคยเจอหรือยังนะคะเคยเห็นหนังสือเล่มนี้หรือยังนะคะเป็นหนังสือนะคะที่เขียนขึ้นมาเกี่ยวกับคุณสมบัติสมพรนะคะซึ่งเป็นภรรยาของคุณสมบัติสมพรนะคะซึ่งเป็นหนังสือที่ดีมากนะคะแล้วก็เป็นเรื่องราวของการที่คุณสมบัติโดนอุ้มหายไปนะคะก็ให้คุณมายานะคะเป็นของรางวัลพิเศษนะคะ Thank you everyone for joining the activity นะคะ and for the rest who submitted the form even though we haven't read your reflections but I think your reflections are very important for us to improve the next mail event and then next
ทีนี้สิ่งที่เราน่าจะพอเปิดได้นะคะคือ manifesto คนละ1ประโยค
Next is about the manifesto from the third question of the survey form. Now, I would like to share you the weather forecast. Just kidding. The people is the owner of the power for national disaster management. Second one, Mel is the sound when the cat say "Phew." And the third is about environmental crisis is on border. Solidarity is power. The environment is our breathing of a human being. Invite everyone together to learning together, put our heart together to oppose the state and the capitalism that do harmful to the environment, and we know that they fake. We not allow them to continue faking us. Okay, power to the people. Continuing is power. Invite the new generation to learn about the environmental problem in Thailand, in ASEAN. Mel is the area of the diversity of voices for the better way for our life and for Mae Khong. Love ourselves, love environment. Power of Mae Khong is not generated by the hydroelectric dams. People struggle. การต่อสู้ของผู้คนนะคะเราไม่ยอมรับเขียวลวงอีกต่อไปแล้วเป็นประสบการณ์ที่ยอดเยี่ยมมากนะคะที่ได้เรียนรู้จากคนจากหลายประเทศในเอเชียและผู้คนแล้วก็สิ่งแวดล้อมจะเป็นต้องทำงานร่วมกันเราจะสู้ด้วยกันต่อไป I will participate in creating Mel Space as the space of learning action for changing for the better society better world พื้นที่แห่งความหลากหลายอันนั้นเป็นภาษาเวียดนาม The Vietnamese friends please help to read and interpret please Save the world ปกป้องโลกประชาชนจะไม่ถูกทำให้ดูเป็นคนโง่ด้วยการบอกเล่าเรื่องราวที่มันเป็นเขียวลวงนะคะโอเค to maintain our DNA that our life of the human and to maintain our ecosystem and for sustainable environment love รักแม่โขงและ love แม่โขง solidarity ในความสามัคคี say no to fake green ไม่เอาเขียวลวง forever be part of the network and solidarity brings strength clap your hands for all of our manifesto is excellent for me the most impressed manifesto is thank you I feel very impressed so now I think it's come to our time I would like to announce that at our theater there will be the film screening after UN activity here. I would like to invite all of you to continue participation, to watch and to enjoy watching invisible demons. To learn, to see, to be aware of the devils and the demons that they cause harmfulness in our environments. Actually, this documentary film got the award from different institutes and different events. Last but not least, short message from P. Ieng that would like to share. Will you please clap your hands for P. Ieng Premrudi Dao Reung? I'm not sure whether it's gonna be short. Thank you, Arthi. อันดับแรกนะคะดิฉันอยากจะขอบคุณเพื่อนๆทุก
conducting a very important panel just now. Joy Chavez is from the Action for the Economic Reform in the Philippines, but of course Joy have been in the region for quite a long time, and I'm so glad that Joy, together with all of us from different places, were sitting here, finishing or ending the MAL 2025 together. ขอบคุณมากค่ะแล้วจริงๆในโอกาสนี้อยากจะถือโอกาสพูด
กับพวกเรานะคะขอพูดเป็นภาษาไทยนะคะทุกครั้งเวลาจะ
In Thai language, every time when we end meals, it's a mixing of different feelings. Like I feel relieved, okay, meal is done. But anyway, another feelings also like happening inside my heart. And this year, meal is very special. That this year we got the highest number of participants from artists, from the communities, from civil society networks, and this year the new generation. This year is the first time that we got students from the high school from different provinces that traveled, transport. Even some students from primary schools. They come to join Mel and they joined the board game. We can see they are as the youngest Mel people. Many things, many issues that you have shared is in our heart. And yes, about our friends from Cambodia this year, we choose the color blue as the blue is the color of peace, and we especially think about our friend from Cambodia. We hope and we plan we will send our this year mail T-shirt to our friends in Cambodia. Yes, we really want Cambodian friends to participate because in our mail's history, some years we even get 40 Cambodian friends to participate mail. I believe that actually this year mail, many Cambodian friends really want to participate, but it's very challenging but this year too difficult for them to cross the border due to the conflict between Thai and Cambodia countries. But anyway, I believe that next year we will get friends from Cambodia to join Mao. And Mao this year we took we start preparation since March of this year. We start with team member as modular team. Modular team is very important team to organize now. I hope that everything all of our effort until the last few days before mail. Yeah, we have tried to everything that we design the packaging, the package of the food, and try to reduce using plastic for as much as possible. And we have got very good cooperation from Mae Nampon restaurant, the venue of mail this year. And before I invite modular team member, I would like to greet. Actually, there are 37 names of the core organization. Friends from 37 groups and organizations together co-organize and now can happen. And this is almost due to. I would like to say thank you so much. And I know that some friends are from Korea, Satoru from Japan, and friends from Vietnam. You dedicate your time traveling to participate now this year, and I hope that friends got many things from Mail Bring Back Your Home, and I hope in the next year you will come to join us at Mail again. And this year we organized Mail here in Nakhon Phanom province, and we got a lot of support and cooperation from friends in Isan or in the northeastern region of Thailand country. And it is also the good opportunity to get participation from different groups and organizations in Isan as well. Myself, 7 years already that I organize Mail, and this year I feel like everything good, like our markets, our everything. Yeah, everything that happened this year, I feel is very good. And even the team member, we prepare, but what will really happen, we didn't know in advance. Because many things, almost of things like prepared by participants, prepared by many friends who host the session. So we feel like we got many surprise, many good things. And firstly, I would like to invite friends from Nakhon Phanom who are the key leader of organizing team and also the owner of the I would like to invite คุณพ่ออำนาจกับพี่อะไรนะพิธีกับพ่ออำนาจเชิญค่ะ Yeah, I would like to invite PT and Father Amnat, two of them, and he is the one who พ่ออำนาจhe is the one who take responsibility about the film screening. And พ่ออำนาจ Father Amnat, sorry พ่ออำนาจ he went home already. T, could you please share with us as you? Hi everyone, I feel very happy. Okay, I would like to share on behalf of the people of the Nakhon Phanom province. Our area kind of on the Mekong River Basin, and we feel very happy that Mel invite us to participate, to organize, and whatever that we can do, whatever about logistics, transportation, food, or whatever that we can contribute for Mel. And including such a great support from พ่ออำนาจ Father Amnat. So we feel very happy. It's our great pleasure to be part of MEL. And I would like to add that we have tried best to connect with children and the local people, and including with children traveling from another provinces and another district from Mukdahan and from University of Nakhon Phanom and the school and Piya Maharashararai school as well. And these are the Nakhon Phanom provincial school, and we happy that we like they participate now. And because we very happy to contribute to fulfill the objective of MEL that really want to get genuine participation from the local people and young generation. And I think our work about environmental issues still need to further working together, and MEL also connect us with friends from different regions. I would like to say thank you so much from my heart. Hey, at today 4 p.m. we will have more documentary film. Please feel free to come to watch. And next, our modular team. Actually, we have 8 people, but now because one of modular team member traveled to abroad already, they are from Project Tevana and from Ubon Province network of the people who monitor situation about Mekong River. I would like to invite all members of modular team. Please come to the front. We see that everyone working for financial thing, for welcoming, for moderation, the state, and for logistics, for everything. Please clap your hands. Welcome all members of modular team who organize MEL. Clap your hand very loud again, please, for them. They are the people who make MEL happen. And we also have interpreter. and the live streaming team. Show yourself, please. We have 3 sub-teams for live streaming. And Kopgap, where are you? We have Miss Kopgap. She also a part of the live streaming team. And actually, we have to say thank you to Mae Nampon Restaurant because their support us not only as the venue of Mel, but Mae Nampon Restaurant, they support our principle of organizing. For example, Mae Nampon support us to reduce using plastic that they and also Mae Kong heritage as well. And for us, with our generosity and support of Nakhon Phanom people, we cannot success organizing Mel. And thank you for all suggestions, all supports, all hard work that you do. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And we also have the students at the registration. We have 12 of Nakhon Phanom University. Please stand up. Thank you so much. 12 students from Nakhon Phanom University. Sorry, they are from 2 universities, Ubon Ratchathani University and Nakhon Phanom Universities, and as the open call. And this year we provide opportunity for the new generation, young blood, to submit their applications to be part of Mel. We got 11 students from Ubon Ratchathani who support us for logistics, for accommodation as well. And we also get the students as the volunteer for Mel. So thank you so much for students. And yeah, Ubon Ratchathani student team, they're very strengthened. Anyone from Modular team would like to share anything? Eun, would you like to share something? Thank you, everyone. I feel glad that this year we got a chance to visit the fields, and I'm very glad that Mel happened in the northeastern part of Isan region of Thailand country. Thank you. And we both have the new and the old teams. That, for example, our 2 to 3 years already, and some member this year is their first time for Mel, and this year of Mel is the biggest Mel event. And yeah, we learn and it can be the model for the further years of Mel. So we will end, actually we will end Mel event about the plan where we organize a Mel, and maybe friends from Vietnam feel like they hold the pressure already. Okay, actually I get suggestions that many young blood, they suggest shall we go back to Bangkok as one of suggestions for the next year's Mel venue. Anyway, we still open. We're not closed yet. We're still open to hear your suggestions where should be the venue for next year Mel. I hope next year we will see again at Mel. Thank you very much from our hearts. I hope you will travel safe home. And yeah, thank you so much. Please don't forget that at 4 we will have another documentary film